Good morning, CCSP. Today is Thursday, March 18th, 2021, and it is a period 1 through 5 day. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I trust you had a wonderful Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day. Hope you experienced some of the festivities for St. Patrick's Day, but in a safe manner. There wasn't a parade, but I hope you had some corned beef and cabbage, like some of the teachers were talking about during PD yesterday. They were talking about what the meals that they were making that had the Irish influence. So I hope you had some sort of Irish influence, or maybe you found that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Today is also National Sloppy Joe Day. Let's continue to talk about food. I hope you've had a Sloppy Joe. They're really good. They are messy, hence the name Sloppy Joe. So, also today in history, on March 18th, 1766, the British Parliament repealed the Stamp Act of 1765. They repealed it because of the protesters protesting that the American colonists did in reference to the Stamp Act. They didn't believe in them being taxed without representation. So, since before America was the United States of America, people have been protesting for what they believed in or felt was unfair. Power to the people. Keep on protesting, know your history. Let's get back to our story this week. Okay, so Monday, Ms. Stratton admits that there was a terrible glitch in whatever was going on. I don't know. It was me, I know. So I was reading, and somehow or another, I touched my computer, and the story ended abruptly. So I'm not sure where we stopped. I know that we were in Dreeny's room. The families had gathered to discuss and to have a Kwanzaa meal. They were discussing Kwanzaa, and the girls had gone to the room. So let's start and see what happens, okay? Uh-oh, I'm still on the wrong page. No one expected Willie, Dreeny, Toolie, and Bluish to sit and talk with their parents over coffee. In their room, Willie showed them her different Game Boy games. Bluish sat in a chair. She looked tired. "You can lie on my bed," Dreeny said. "I don't need to," spoken almost in a whisper. "Yes, you do," Dreeny said. "Here, I'm gonna carry you," Toolie said, joking lightly. Bluish didn't object to Toolie or Dreeny helping her out of the chair. "I could have done it myself," Bluish said, her mouth turned down, her face screwed up as if she had a bad taste in her mouth. She lay still on her back on the pillows. Willie closed the door. "You feel bad?" Dreeny asked her. She came over and kneeled beside the bed. Tears seeped out of the corners of Bluish's eyes. "Not the way you think I feel bad," she said. And then she cried with her mouth wide open. It was an awful sounding cry. "Oh!" One of those. "What hurts you?" Dreeny asked, alarmed. "Please don't cry." "Shall I call her mom?" Toolie asked. "No, don't," Bluish said, gasping. I get like this." They waited, watching her. Willie came up, touched Bluish's on her cap. Dreeny got some tissues. Bluish wiped her face with them. "It takes just so long to get like you guys again." What do you think she means by that? It takes so long to get like them, because they're all different. So what does she mean by that? Are you going to die? Willie asked. Willie! Drini was outraged. She almost slapped her little sister, made a move to do something to her when Bluish said, Don't, it's okay. You ain't gonna die no time, Tuli said. Nuh-uh, honey, not with us around. Dead silence. And then Bluish giggled. Drini laughed. Tuli always could make them laugh. We won't let anything bad happen to you, Drini said with a lump in her throat. She nearly cried herself. Why do you think Drini almost cried? She held Bluish's trembling hands, so small and bony. Let's make a pact, Willie said. Yeah, Tuli said. How do you do that? Do you know what a pact is? I know, Drini said at once. Everybody hold hands. Bluish turned somewhat on her side. Drini and Tuli held her hands and held Willie's. Suddenly, it came to Drini. The proverb her mom had recited sounded in her mind. You remember that proverb, the African proverb that mom had recited during dinner or right before dinner? Because we are, I am. Because I am, we are. So the proverb she had recited sounded in her mind. Drini made one for them. Bluish is because we are. We are because Bluish is us. We, us, Willie said. We, us. They all said it. Bluish whispered, we, us. Then they lifted their hands and they let go. They stayed in the room, close, talking, sometimes laughing. Bluish sat up. She didn't look at them. Then she reached up and took off her knit cap. They stared. Silence until Willie gurgled. Drini's mouth fell open. She screeched. She and Tuli screamed and laughed, peals of laughter. Willie spun around and around. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, she said. Bluish, Tuli said. No, no, reddish, Drini hollered. They jumped up and down. You have hair, you have hair, Drini shouted. It had to be the shortest copper red hair anybody'd ever seen. Looks like peach fuzz, Willie said. No, it's shiny and curlier than fuzz. It's gonna be ringlets. It's cute, Drini said. Bluish. No, reddish, they all yelled at once, and the color of a new penny, hollering and laughing until Drini's mom knocked and opened the door to see what in the world was going on. Wow, so Bluish had a secret. Why do you think she said to take so long to get to where they are? Then she uncovered her hair. So that meant what? That she was healing because the chemo takes the hair out, but now her hair is coming back. So she's getting back to her healthy self. Journal. A record of Bluish. It's a new year. Nobody knows about this journal but me. I write in it when Willie's watching her TV shows, hide it in my drawer that locks. I guess I always meant to give it to you, only I didn't know till now. See, because the only way it's right to have it and still be friends is if you own it. This journal never was about me. This record of Bluish is yours. I'm giving it over to you to keep or throw away. A record of from the very first time I saw you. I didn't mean this to be bad, not for you to be real mad at me. I hope not. We walk right to the new year, Drini and Natalie, GFF, good friends forever. And you don't know it yet, but I got something special for Christmas. Only after Christmas. My dad said he would get me one big special gift. He knew what I wanted, but I didn't get it for Christmas. I was so sad, but I never said a word to him that I didn't get it. But I did. I did. On New Year's Eve, I got home from Thule's after school. We went right and got our night clothes and stuff. Thule had to spend the night to watch Times Square. She just wouldn't take no. I should have called you, but I didn't know she was coming. We go to my room, and guess what? Guess! You can't. A dog, a real little puppy, all mine. Not Willie's, not anybody else's. You and me can walk our dogs when it's summer. Pretty dark brown with kind of white patches. Spaniel, they call it. It's a girl. She has her own bed. I get to run home at lunch and pet her and feed her, Mommy says. Daddy says we have to train her. Will you help me? Right now, Poochie is asleep on my lap. She named her dog Poochie, huh? Little sweet Poochie, you like that name? I think it's nice. Here comes Willie to bother me. So this is it. I signed my name, see, Drini. End of journal. I'll bring it over. I hope we can still be friends. I have another one to write. This one has to start out earlier. Guess who? Hint, movie star, leather. Then I'll do mine. The end. So, Drini is giving Bluish the journal. And she's hoping that when she gives it to her, that she will not be upset because she's been writing about her. And she's hoping that their friendship will continue and that they'll be able to do things together. But she's really a little worried about the journal. Would you like for someone to have written things about you and then give it to you? Something to think about, huh? So this morning, we're sharing some videos with you that Nurse Asha provided. Ms. Stratton hopes she gets this correct.
Washing your hands is easy, and it's one of the most effective ways to prevent the spread of germs. Wet your hands with clean running water. It can be warm or cold, and apply soap. Lather your hands by rubbing them together with the soap. Wash the fronts and backs, wrists, between your fingers, and under your nails. Scrub your hands for at least 20 seconds. You can sing the ABC song once, or the Happy Birthday song twice. Rinse your hands well under running water and then dry them with a clean towel, or air dry them. Turn off the faucet with a towel. If soap and water aren't available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Apply the sanitizer and rub your hands together until they're dry. This should take about 20 seconds. Wash your hands before you eat or touch your face. And after you use the restroom, go outside, blow your nose, cough or sneeze, or touch your face covering. Remember to follow everyday healthy habits. Wear a cloth face covering, stay 6 feet away from others, and stay home if you're sick. If you have any questions, contact your school nurse, working on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic in schools.
Have a wonderful day of learning and teaching. Bye.